James in Norwich. Good afternoon.
Oh, yeah, good afternoon. Thanks for having me on. The point I want to make is a slightly different angle. Just a high-level stat that the UN and other organisations are saying that we could have 1 million people on the move, 1 billion people on the move by 2050 due to climate breakdown.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see that. Absolutely.
So we're seeing these horrible floods in Spain. We're seeing one person die every 30 seconds in some parts of Africa due to famine. We're seeing wildfires, and actually some places are just too hot to live. You can't grow food there.
That's right.
So where are all these people going to go? I think the tip of the iceberg we're seeing with the melting iceberg, if you like. With,
I was going to say.
Yeah,
yes.
With small boat crossings at the moment. But we need to, and don't we have a responsibility to try and help these people, considering our historic emissions are a big part of what's happened? Well,
indeed, James, and that's what the loss and damage whole conversation at COP29 and other COPs have taken place, right, in terms of our responsibility to those countries. But we simply can't be in a situation, and you're right to raise the issue, because if there are going to be so many millions of people on the move, we simply can't accommodate them all here. However genuine they might be. So we have to try and look at addressing this issue at source. What are your thoughts generally on the whole asylum conundrum? Because we've been discussing this for many, many months now. We've got a new government now that said it would be working with international partners to try and crack down. Yes, they found one guy at Schiphol Airport who supplies boats. Fair enough, great. You know, even Starmer's saying it's not the silver bullet. What else should we be doing here?
I honestly think it's incredibly complex. Every country is different. You can't pay people to stay somewhere where their lives and their families are in danger, whether that's because of climate breakdown or because of war or persecution. And the numbers are just going to go up. And unfortunately, a lot of that's due to our own foreign policy over the years.
James, James, I agree with you on the foreign policy point. But James, what do you make of the fact that you have situations here where some people are coming in, some are claiming religious persecution, claiming to have converted. We had that case of one individual who had done that where it was completely spurious. We now have a record number of asylum seekers who have been allowed to stay in Britain after claiming they are gay. Now, there's no way of proving whether they're gay or not. But there is some scepticism amongst some people, including myself, that sometimes these things might be being used by people who want to game the system. I'm not exactly sure how we get around it, but that's my sense.
I think you're always going to have that, and we need to be investing more in the services that analyse these applications and get them done quickly, not have people in the system for years and years and years not doing anything productive. Get them through the system, get the valid applications processed, and then we can use that workforce in the places we need them, such as hospitals and farmers and all these places.
James, the one thing that I've always found slightly concerning, though, is that there are 17,000 people whose asylum applications are in process at the moment who don't bother turning up for their interviews and just disappear into the system, and no one knows where they are. They're not tagged. In fact, when I said that they should be tagged, there was shock horror. People were having a meltdown on social media saying I was some sort of fascist. I mean, I just find it rather odd.
Oh, this is just it's another symptom of the system that's a bit broken at the moment. Well, I think politics is broken. Look, I'm a local councillor as well.
Okay.
And I can see from first-hand experience how the bureaucracy, the governance, getting anything done is incredibly frustrating at times.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think we need to rethink everything. I mean, let's ask ordinary people in this country what they think we should be doing. We could do that by citizens' assemblies. You've probably heard that argument before.
Yeah, no, indeed I have.
To get people power involved. Let's get these citizens' assemblies, because frankly, politicians are failing.
Well, I think it's a thank you, James, for your perspective. I do think it's a question which is really vexed, and no one's got the answer. And Labour's only got in, but it's not going the right way so far.